yet, but I've got a feeling it's been funded by these people, because one of the conditions of this is that you have to put in pay as you park, for your car park. So all the visitors have to pay as part of the conditions for this. And even the staff at the car park have to pay to park their car at work. It used to be free, but now you pay. Like I say, everything you do, you pay for. Even to pay to park your car at work. NHS reforms rise prospect of Tesco-style hospital chains. One at a time. Private sector set to take over 30 failing NHS hospitals. That's the Times last year. Hitchinbrook Hospital, which is to become the first NHS hospital to be run by a private company after falling almost 40 million into the red. There it is, they've gone in debt, signed it all over now, private company now runs that. So that would be the first of many. Clegg's demand for NHS to be broken up. Thousands of GP surgeries to close. My surgery around the corner from me is actually run by a private company. This is a film that Michael Moore did called Sicko. And if you want to see what the NHS is going to turn into and what healthcare is going to be like, go to the DVD shop, or next time you see it, rent this film or buy it. It's called Sicko, and you'll learn a lot. It's a very good documentary, that. Privatising schools, turning them all into academies. This is from the Derbyshire Times again. Education bosses are considering merging 4 Johnfield area schools into one and shutting another under plans over failing pupil numbers. So they want to centralise all the schools as well, like this school. This will be the main school for all this area. All the kids will come to this school. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if all this is knocked down and this is turned into a brand new academy in the near future. Academies are here to stay. Failing schools to become academies. Titan primaries, supersized school. School with 3,600 pupils, the biggest in Europe. Blah, blah, blah. 55 million Nottingham Academy has been created from the merger of 3 schools. 3 schools into one. Civil servants sneer at Blair's trust schools. The department is currently inviting all state schools to submit applications to become trust schools. While the schools will be run by the local authority, they will be supported by a charitable foundation or an independent trust. Other schools, local businesses, charities, universities or community groups can be invited to act as partners and sit on the trust. Co-op puts its name to schools last year. You've got the co-op there on the school because they're obviously funding the school. Don't be surprised if you see Tesco school somewhere. I'm waiting for the clipping actually because I'm sure it's coming. The insinuating brethren. On the top of the pyramid, there's that eye. Basically, power group at the top of society looking down and spying on everybody, all to do with Big Brother and the cameras. Not got it on here tonight. Basically, what they want to do is turn everybody into spies and to tell tales on everybody. So you report back to the authorities, a bit like they do in communist countries. I'll show you what I mean. This is a neighbourhood watch area. That's been out neighbourhood watch for 30 years or more now. I can remember Barry Smith saying, this is a good idea, but ultimately it leads on to abuse. And I'll show you. Shop thy neighbour and make a fortune. Rewards could be paid for exposing VAT fraud. Shop your neighbour to recycling police. Homeowners are told. That's 2006, that one. £500 prize to inform on a benefit cheat. Obviously no one likes a benefit cheat. Children to spy on bad neighbours. Welcome to snitch on speeders. This is obviously just a local chap taking it upon himself to to get people to slow down in their car, which obviously people shouldn't be speeding, so that's not the point. I was going to fill up one afternoon to go out, and I just happened to look up on the Rotherham bypass, untaxed vehicle. There's a number to report them with. If you see an untaxed vehicle, just dob them in. Like Barry Smith says, dob them in. How's my preaching? Obviously it should be, how's my driving? And they give you the free phone number. So if someone cuts you up or whatever, you don't like their driving, there's the number. Take the registration, dob them in. Supermarket dominance. Firms go to the wall as credit costs soar. Obviously that's a common sight now down your high street, because they want to destroy all small businesses, like Barry said, and merge all the big businesses. 25 corner shops shut every week and taken over by Tesco Express, or Sainsbury's one. Sainsbury's have got a little shop now, haven't they? Cigarette ban will hit stores. Here's this shopkeeper. They're wanting to put the cigarettes behind the counter. Of course, obviously, it's going to hit his sales. This is all these traders in Dartmouth. They're all complaining about the rates, because the rates are going up. Can't afford it. So everything's geared against them, you see, to put them out of business. 50% of towns have 5 supermarkets on their doorstep. Basically, once they got rid of all the local shops, you'll just go to Tesco's or Sainsbury's, you get all your stuff there. And by the way, you'll be paying to park your car while you're doing your shopping as well, because they'll start charging you for that when there's nowhere else to go. And plus they're going to put all the prices up, because where are you going to go? Food shortages. How are we doing? Come, and I saw, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a balance in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the 4 living creatures, saying, a quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, but do not harm the oil and the wine. This is a film called Soylent Green, released in 1973. Basically, a major company control all the food in 2022. And everybody is eating this Soylent Green, and it turns out to be people. There's euthanasia in this film. This chap here, he goes into this room and just has an injection because he's had enough. And also riot control. I find that interesting because they're going to get all this sorted out as well for in the future. It's not on this presentation. And also you see this dumper truck with all these people in it, because that's how the powers that be regard us. We're just trash, you see. Just scoop them all up in that big dumper truck. And in the film, when this chap has died, they wrap him in a sheet, they wheel him out, and they just literally throw his body into a dumper truck. Queuing for food again. This is another advert I found, actually, in one of the papers. A crisis like war, oil shortage, or some unforeseen disaster could mean that suddenly there would not be enough food for the 60 million British people. Did you know 40% of our food is imported? So if you go to the supermarket now and they've got a bog off of a tin of baked beans, buy an extra one, because I've got an idea, a feeling as well, they're going to stop putting food in tins and start putting it in plastic containers, so it's not going to keep for so long. So make the most of tins while they're still available. Food crisis is a new blow for families because the price is just going to keep going up and up and up. Russia and China, obviously, they're on the move as well, so there's more of a demand. End of cheap food as wheat prices keep rising. These are all from like different years as well. 2006, this one. Seafood off the menu, 42 years. Blow for Britain as EU wants to slash fish quotas. That's because of throwing all the fish back dead as well, cutting back on the food supply. 9 meals from anarchy. That's the phrase used to describe how looting and riots over food would grip Britain if our oil supplies were suddenly stopped. Apocalyptic nonsense, or a chilling insight into a country that produces hardly any of its own food or energy. I haven't got energy on this slide tonight. I've only got food, so all the empty shelves. Britain is more crowded. I've got this one here because it means that if we had to rely on our own food, water and energy, we could sustain only 15 million people, a quarter of the current population of around 60 million. So if anything goes wrong in the supply chain, we've had it. Global dairy crisis, send up cheese and butter prices. Biofuel, obviously making more for your car and not enough to feed us, going to be a bit of a problem. GM crops. Struggling gardeners will tell you it's all the fault of those lousy seeds. Iron triangle again, Barry said how they're messing with all the seeds, turning them into hybrids, I think it is. And of course the seeds won't reproduce after themselves. It's all because of these lousy seeds. And this is my wife, Bev. She's a keen gardener. Last year, she had a packet of, I can't remember what they were, parsnips. She had a packet of parsnips she planted. She got one out of a whole packet. She kindly let me put that picture on of her. Now our allotments fall foul, conversation culture. This poor bloke's trying to grow his own. Unfair trade. Ethical food is not lifting third world farmers out of poverty. There you've got the logo, which looks like a yin and yang logo to me. Doomsday Vault opens in Arctic Mountain. Entire crop species kept in case of disaster. They've also got one in the Sussex countryside as well. So don't worry, they're keeping the seeds just in case. So they control the food supply. Right. Cashless society 666. What they want to do, like Barry said, get rid of that, your last bastion of privacy, notes, get you onto that, and then from that to the mark of the beast. Let's have a look. And he caused us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is, the name of the beast or the number of its name. And his number is 666. And I think, if I remember rightly, a video should be coming up now. Hopefully.
Excuse me, sir. Forgot your receipt.
Checkout lines. Who needs them?
Have a nice day.
This is the future of e-business.
Oh, that's a shame. It didn't play right. Basically, he goes through the supermarket. He sticks all the food in his jacket. He goes through a scanner at the end, and the scanner literally reads all the stuff that he's bought, and it deducts it straight from his chip as well. It's somewhere on his body. I'm sorry that didn't play right. I have to work on that. A world currency moves a step closer. What possibly could happen is that world currency, and then when it's all in one world, in a one world currency, then they could probably crash the lot. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches have rotted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver have rusted, and their rust will be evidence against you, and will eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasures for the last days. World faces financial collapse. Economists branded Justice Secretary Ken Clark's over-pessimistic yesterday after he warned that the world faces a grave danger of financial collapse. Taken from the Daily Express, this is a big article. The death of money is a terrifying thought. A loaf of bread that costs millions of pounds. After one of the world's richest men hails a new book on the 20s economic crisis, we ask, could it happen again? Asda, we won't take cash. Cash is to ashes. The end of cash, because they want to get rid of the money. Has cash had its chips? The prediction of a cashless society comes 5 years after Britain spent more on plastic than on cash and cheque for the first time. Travel smart card goes nationwide. Passengers could soon be able to use smart cards for bus and train travel across the country. Monopoly minus the money. The game follows the trend in the West towards a cashless society. Operation Fish and Microchips for tagging. Pet found because he's got an RFID chip in him. I expect your dog or cat's got one. Pensioners punished and BT purge on cash. Make you pay more to pay the old-fashioned way because they want to get you on cards and direct debits. Buy more with debit cards and cash. Mobile phone giant targets teenagers in a new prepaid card. Pocket money, it's all on the plastic. This is Clown School at in Derbyshire, the next village to where I live. I think it's about 2006. These pupils were paying for their meals on a scanner with their thumb. The parents paid in like £10 a week or whatever into the fund, and obviously the kids just use their fingers just to deduct the money straight out from the school. This is a machine that's at Skegness, Cleethorpes Fun Fair. It says on there, please scan wristband. All the kids are given like a wristband with a barcode on, and to get onto the ride through the gate, you just stick their wrist under there, their hand under there, scans it, and then lets them in. So they're like training the children to be scanned, and there's no money, obviously. Fingers used as meal ticket. This is from America, this one. There's a quote there from the girl. Look how good an idea it is. Train them while they're young. Getting ready for the cashless. Surge in tag kids. Wear electronic tags. This is from Daily Mail 2006. Big Brother is watching you. How we all may be microchipped like dogs in Big Brother Britain. Britons could be implanted with microchips like pet dogs. An official report into the rise of the Big Brother state has warned. The chips would allow wearers movements to be tracked and could store their medical and police records. The implants could be used by companies who want to keep tabs on employees' movements, or by governments who want a foolproof way of identifying and tracking their citizens, which is exactly what they want to do. Elderly could be tagged just like convicts. Electronic tags, this is from America, this is the tags which we put under the skin in the right arm. 2004, that one. Microchips under the skin to hold your medical records. It's got the go-ahead in America, look. News of the World, 2005. Smart microchip that can be implanted under the skin. All scanned, just like barcodes. In fact, I've got a picture here for the dog one. There's a microchip there. I don't believe that this is the actual microchip that's going to be used because technology is moving really quick now. So it's going to be a lot smaller than that. But that's just an idea. Well, I've got this as well. I thought, for implanting, phase 1, implant pets. They've already done that. Phase 2, implant the elderly. They've already done that. Phase 3, implant criminals. They're planning that. I'll show you that in a minute. Phase 4, implant babies. All babies being kidnapped and blah, blah, blah. Put an implant in them. Phase 5, implant children. Madeleine McCann, all that sort of stuff. Phase 6, implant everyone. Brilliant idea. IG chip put in humans. This is a fictitious story from the Daily Mirror, 2006. It's written in 2016 when cameras and microchips control daily life. When it's time to pay, there's no need for a credit card. I simply swipe my arm against the digital reader and the chip embedded under my skin sends a signal to my bank. Could have been taken straight out of the Book of Revelation, that. The Independent, 2008, prisoners to be chipped like dogs. Tiny chips could be surgically inserted under the skin of the offenders. It's a follow-on from the same story. 2,000 have been implanted in humans in America already. Blah, blah, blah. Into nightclubs, gaining entry and reducing the price of their drinks from a prepaid account. A bit like the same at the clown school. Payment on tap. We've all heard like tap and go now. That's the next stage. No need to put a pin in, no need to sign. Just go up to the reader, tap your card on it, job done. Death of the checkout. Tesco opens its first fully self-service store. Do everything yourself there. Pay everything